Hello, this is Mr. Beck. Welcome to part 2 in our series on creating special effects in Adobe After Effects and Premiere. In this tutorial, we will be creating text and keyframing effects within that text as a part of our project for my multimedia class. So, everyone in my class should have something that looks like this. It is a sphere, Mr. Mercury, and it shatters off into space. Okay. You can do that by following part 1 in this tutorial set. In this set, we're going to work with After Effects, so you should have After Effects open. And we're going to choose Composition and then New Composition. All right. And once again, we are at 720 by 480, so I'm going to click OK. And we're going to go ahead and I'll hit the T up here at the top, and I'm going to create the text that I want. You can, after hitting T, you've got all your text options over here on the right. Okay. You can change font. You can change color, you can change size, centering, all the stuff that you need to do with text is over here. So I'm going to keep what I have, and I'm going to write this. You are watching. This is for our live television stream. All right, KMSN. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to grab the arrow to move the text and position it in the center of the screen. Now, this particular animation is going to take the place of the sphere after it shatters off. Okay, so the next step is to go into the effects and presets, and I'm going to go ahead and, okay, so you can really do anything you want. The students in my class, I'm going to encourage you to experiment here. Under animation presets, you can go to like text, okay, for the first one for your fade in, and so I'm on animation presets and then text. You can choose like animate in, okay, they're cool. Blurs, so let's go under blurs. I'm going to go to blurs, okay. And I'll grab the transporter effect. You try them out. They're neat. And I'm going to put it there. And now up here at the top, you've got your buttons that allow you to play the animation. The transporter effect looks like this. All right, and everything fades in like that. And it looks kind of slow here because it's doing the math and rendering everything out. And okay, so now this is a 10-second composition as well. Okay, so if your composition here is not 10 seconds, you go to composition settings and make sure that this here is 10. Set to 10 seconds, just like the first project, okay? All right, so now we've got this animation effect, this transporter in. Somehow the text appears on the screen and is now sitting there nice and solid, okay? The next thing I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask everybody to use this one, okay? You're going to type in the word under Effects and Presets over on the right, Pixel, P-I-X-E-L, just like that. And the effect we're looking for is CC Pixel Poly. Now I'm going to take that, I'm going to drag it onto the timeline and watch what happens. The words disappear, okay? That's because this is a shatter effect that takes place over time, and it starts shattering the words immediately as the transporter comes in at the same time, which is not the effect that we want. Okay, you can't read anything, all you get is a series of triangles there. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell Pixel Poly to start after about 4 seconds once the first animation is completed. All right, here's how we do that. Over on the left, we've got our layers, and there's an arrow here. So I'm going to click down, okay, and then here are the effects. It's kind of like Premiere, except the effects are up here, and your effects are up here too. But the keyframes for the effects can be found over here next to your layers. And under effects, here's CC Pixel Poly, okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keyframe the first 4, okay, by clicking the stopwatch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've keyframed force, I've keyframed gravity, I've keyframed spinning, and I've keyframed force center. And if you take a look over here, all right, I've got 4 diamonds set up that indicate those keyframes, okay? I'm going to set all 4 of these values to 0, okay? 0, 0, and take a look at this now where it says spinning 1x plus 0. That 1x I'm going to change to 0. Force center 360 becomes 0. 240 becomes 0. Okay? Now what I've done is I've told Pixel Poly not to do anything right now, and I've created a keyframe. So the transporter effect will be able to come in. All right? And we have nice solid text. Okay, so here I am at about 3 seconds where everybody can see the text wherever you want it to be. Okay, Now I'm going to select all my keyframes. I'm going to hold down the Shift key. And you see how that one turns yellow? I'm going to click, I'm going to click, I'm going to click. All 4 diamonds have now turned yellow. Okay? I'm going to hit Control C to copy. And I'm going to put the timeline pointer where I want it. This is a good spot here to start the shatter. And I'm going to hit Control V. All right? Now what I've done is I've created a new keyframe. So now all those values will be set to 0 for the first 3 seconds under Pixel Poly. All right? Now I'm going to move 1 frame out. So up here on the right where it says Preview and you got your time controls, this one right here says Next Frame. So I'm going to click it once and it's going to move me over 1 frame. Now I can create a new keyframe and tell Pixel Poly what to do. All right? So under Force, I'm going to put -70. All right. For gravity, I'm going to put -0.2. Notice that's a 0.2, not 20. Spinning, where that 1x is, I'm going to put a 1. And for force center, I'm going to replace those numbers, 360. And the second number, 240. Just like that. Okay? And the grid spacing is a cool one you can adjust if you'd like. I'll go ahead and take the grid spacing and move it down to a number like 5. Okay? So here's what happens now. The transporter effect that I brought, the fade in, animates the text in. You are watching KMSN. All right? And then the Pixel Poly takes effect and shatters it off into space. All right? So everyone should have text now that does that. And the last phase is we go composition. All right? Add to render queue. And let's see. So I'm going to choose for output module, video for Windows. You guys should have done this before with your sphere. We're going to output to the working folder. I'm going to call this final text. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to click render to render it. And that's it. And now we will have a 10-second video here where we have text that transports in and then Pixel Poly's out. I'm not an expert with After Effects. If there are any comments, if people are watching think I can do anything better, please let me know. Special thanks to Dr. Sulphurious, who watched my first attempt at this video and straightened me out on a few things. I appreciate that. This is my first year teaching the program. So thank you for watching, and look for the final part of this series where we take everything and put it together in Premiere. Thank you for watching.